Hey everyone, it's your girl Aria and I am back with another video.
Everything big. Oh, you fancy, huh? Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
Today we are doing a little Q&A. A get to know me, just a little, yeah, nothing too much. I asked some questions to you guys that just people who know me, but we're gonna just hop right in the video. First question is your favorite genre / era of music. My favorite genre of music is quite, I don't think people really know this about me, but my favorite genre of music is R&B. R&B. R&B girly. But also jazz, soul, funk, gospel. I love them all. Yeah, because they're my foundation. I always gonna love the good foundation that I grew up on. Yeah. And then my era. Okay, I'm gonna do this by genre. For R&B, 90s. And early 2000s. 90s and early 2000s has me in a choke hold. Okay. Some good singing. And then jazz, gospel, or jazz, funk, soul. I guess we can say 50s, 60s, early 70s. That's the ones. 50s, 60s, early 70s. And then gospel. Yeah, that 90s gospel eats every time. 90s always eats. So yeah. Next question is, what inspired you to start singing? I started singing as a young girl. I started singing at the age of 3, and it just felt natural. It felt like it wasn't forced. It felt very fluid to me. It felt like a second, it felt like a safe space. So yeah, that's what kind of inspired me to start singing. Was just it felt very freeing. Question number 3: dream artist to work with. So many. First things first, Beyonce. I think a lot of artists is Beyonce. But also Chloe and Halle. Her. Jasmine Sullivan. Coco Jones. Like, Miss Ma'am eats down, okay? Coco Jones. Miss Patti LaBelle, of course. I love me some Miss Patty, okay? She gonna do it for me every time. Every time. Question number 4. How do you work past mental / creative blocks? Mental blocks is mental and creative blocks are the same for me. First things first, I like to just take a step back completely. I like to just put it down, whatever I'm working on, and or if it's mentally, I just like to take a second and just step away. And then I reground myself. I like to listen to meditations through the Calm app, which I am not sponsored by them, but Calm, if you want to sponsor me, I would love that. Yeah, I listen to the Calm app, and I just try and recenter myself, because I know that sometimes it can get overwhelming really, really fast, and it's completely okay. But sometimes when you're want to get something done like really, really, really fast, it can be very frustrating. So that's kind of just meditating, prayer, journaling. Those all go into each other. Same with creative blocks. I just do it like meditating, journal, prayer. Um, yeah, that's kind of how I get through that. And then question number 5 is, what moves your heart? Um, what moves me is knowing that people want to hear me and hear my take on whatever, and just want to hear my voice, and it's genuine love, you know. Sometimes it's not very genuine, but sometimes it's very genuine, and it feels good to know that people really want to hear what I have to say and what I have to sing and what I just hear me as an individual and not as someone that they just met. So I love that. And also just being able to touch people after like when people, or touch people when they may not know how to express themselves, and being able to be their beacon, whether it's for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours. I love to be that beacon for them. So yeah, that's kind of that. Next question is, when did you realize that music and singing was your biggest passion? So I've always played. So I started out singing, then I moved to dance, went back to singing. Well, I never stopped singing in between that. Music and dance always went together. I then started playing the trumpet in, I think, 3rd or 4th grade. So music was very heavy in my life. And then I think, want to say 2015, 2016, I stopped music, or I stopped singing. Kept playing the trumpet. But I just kind of wasn't feeling the trumpet. I fell out of love with playing the trumpet. So that's kind of what that was. And then I just was like, and I want to say 2018, 2019 is when I realized that music was something that I wanted. And I seen that how achievable it was when I seen people just successfully being able to create. Like, my school had like a recording booth, and watching people like record downstairs in the basement was so like like, it's something that I was like, oh, I can do that, I want to do that. And so that's kind of how that came about. And I've always wanted this. I've always wanted to be a singer. I don't remember a time when I didn't want to be a singer, but I always remembered that it was challenging at times. So yeah, I kind of just didn't realize how much I wanted it until like 2018, 2019. Are you dating right now? No. I'm not dating anyone right now. I'm not looking for anyone right now either. I just kind of like being to myself. I'm not that I'm not open. I'm definitely open to dating. I'm just not looking for anyone, if that makes sense. What is your biggest fear? Disappointing myself. I hate to disappoint myself and put myself down. Like, feel like I wasn't successful enough. And that's just I always felt like that. I don't want to disappoint myself, and I don't want to let myself down, because I've always wanted to achieve my goals, and I know that I have so much to look up to and so much potential. So yeah, I don't want to let myself down. What is your bucket list vacation and why? Jamaica and London. And Jamaica for the food, London for the culture, or just like the buildings, all that. What is my zodiac sign? I am a Cancer. Biggest stage you ever been on? Climate Pledge. Leaf. North Carolina Folk Festival. And T-Mobile Park. But T-Mobile Park, all these as a group, never as a solo artist, but as a solo artist, my biggest stage I've ever been on is Cafe Con Leche. One of my favorite spots to perform at. I've performed there quite a few times. 3 times now. So yeah, I love performing at Cafe Con Leche. Northwest Folklife. How could I forget? I'm starting for bigger venues though this year. Definitely want bigger venues. Dream venue to perform at. Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden. Climate Pleasure Arena as a solo artist. And Lumen as a solo artist. Of course, all these are solo as a solo artist. Climate Pledge, Lumen, Madison Square Garden, Grand Ole Opry. There might be more. Oh, the Wembley in London, of course. Dream events to perform at. Coachella, One Music Fest, Bonnaroo, Lovers and Friends. And I would love to perform at the White House one day for the right president. Ooh, who am I inspired by? Nina Simone. Yeah. Ugh. Just her vocal quality and just the way that she just places notes. It's always like something so beautiful. And I love me some Nina Simone. So I would say Nina Simone, Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, and just some amazing greats. Etta James. Yeah. Have you ever dealt with performance anxiety? Yes. Performance anxiety for me can show differently, but I think the very first time I really had like really bad performance anxiety was a few years ago when I was about to perform at an event. And it was my very first time singing an original song, and it kind of terrified me because I just didn't feel like I was ready as an artist, but I knew that the song was powerful in that way. So I knew I had to trust myself and trust the people around me and trust that it was gonna be okay. And it turned out great. And so, yeah. So that is the end of the questions. If you have more questions, don't be afraid to drop them in the comment section below. I would love to look at your questions. I would love to answer them. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on social media platforms at REA_music. And until next time, see you later. Bye.